Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Adrian, I play guitars and keys and I'm the co-composer of the band Shackled to the Throne. Shackled to the Throne is defined by being a powercore band. What's that? Melodic power metal, North American metalcore, and a bit of melodic death metal. But how do we get here? Here are 5 albums that really influenced our sound from my perspective. So, we start with In Flames. Anyone our age has been influenced by In Flames in one way or another. The Gothenburg Masters along with Dark Tranquillity and At the Gates. Now, people are very passionate about which era of In Flames is their favourite. Some people just want the 90s stuff. Some people want the modern stuff. Those people are morons. I like the early to mid 2000s stuff, but my favourite is 2011's Sounds of a Playground Fading. This song has tracks like Ropes, the title track, Deliver Us, so many great bangers. This was the perfect mix of leads and ferocity of melodic death metal, but with that cool kind of early 2010s synthy metalcore that bands like Bring Me the Horizon were doing, but not with the metal intent that they have. Anders Frieden sounds unbelievably good on this record, and you know what? For me, this is such a huge influence from the tuning it's played in, to the production, to the use of arpeggiated synths. Gotta check this one out. Next up, speaking of eras which people can't agree on, August Burns Red. Some people love the early 2000s stuff, some people love the really heavy stuff now. For me, Matt Greiner is my favourite drummer of all time. And also as a practicing Christian, I've always loved August Burns Red. For me, their peak was 2013's Requiem Restore. It's still a metalcore record, it still has all the breakdowns you want, all the Gothenburg riffs that you want, but definitely more of a progressive and softer edge, like tracks like Creative Captivity, say that 5 times fast, has a trumpet interlude, there's some Asian instrumentation there as well. And honestly, this shows where metalcore can be at its most refined, but also at its most progressive and soft. Definitely check out this one. JB Brubaker is a genius. So, for the first time, but definitely not the last time, we're going to Finland. Suomi, Finland, Perkele. So Finland as a country has influenced both me culturally, linguistically, and certainly musically. Sonata Attica from northwestern Finland in a tiny place called Kimi. Now as power metal goes, this is the first one that I fell in love with the entire back catalogue. Neoclassical guitar playing from Jani Limatainen, who is my biggest guitar influence, to the arpeggiated keyboards of Toni Kakko at the time. The Silence album in particular is definitely what turned me on to Sonata full time. I actually have a tattoo to the album, but I'm not going to show you because it's not that good. However, definitely check out Silence by Sonata Arctica for great riffs, great neoclassical leads, and oh my god, you're going to cry your eyes out at the ballad. Staying in Europe, and I apologise to anyone on here who speaks any degree of German. I'm about to butcher your language. A more recent addition, this is 2014's Earth Temple by Equilibrium. Again, Equilibrium controversially are shifting away from their folk sound. They started as like a blackened folk and are now kind of like a industrial metalcore. For me, this is perfect. This is literally what Shackled to the Throne would sound like if I was better as a musician. We have symphonic power metal, but with really weird time signatures and changes, but with the grounding of melodic death metal and some black metal. The symphonic elements in this are super bombastic. They would not be out of place in Lord of the Rings. You have to check out Eden Temple by Equilibrium, and I swear to God, you will feel like you're riding a dragon. So, back to Finland. Now, these albums, whilst I love them all, they're not necessarily my favourite albums to listen to. My top 10, my top 3, my top 5, whatever, changes all the time. 2009's Vendetta by Celesty, number one forever and always, the greatest album of all time. Why? Well, I have a personal connection with the band. They're from Seinäjoki in western Finland. I have friends from Seinäjoki. It's my happy place. But let's keep it to the music. So, we have epic lyrics in a high fantasy setting that is actually a consistent concept through 3 different albums. We have incredibly virtuosic playing in neoclassical shred with great sweet arpeggios, lots of tapping. Demo Koskela is just an unbelievably good guitar player, as is Tapani Gangas, the composer. We also have my favourite guitar solo on the song Feared by Dawn, which is a guest solo by Elias Viljanen from Sonata Arctica, reference to the last one, didn't plan it. And also, we have really at its core a drop C band, as in a tuning for a band writing power metal. This means they aren't afraid to have actual riffs in their power metal. There are breakdowns, there are actual pedal point riffs, there's even some screaming on this record. It's great. This is truly the most bombastic symphonic power metal meeting actual mellow death metalcore, and it's finished. And they prove me my only theory in music, which is this: if you play in a metal band, the better your English, the worse your band. Because Andy Reilo's English is terrible, but my god, if you do one thing with your weekend, listen to this fucking album. So that was my 5 most influential albums when it comes to my writing in Shackled to the Throne. We are a powercore band based in Edmonton, Alberta. That's in Western Canada for you Americans. And I will say this, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, wherever you're streaming from. We make fuck all money, but that doesn't matter. Get us on Facebook, get us on Instagram, get us on TikTok. I don't have a TikTok because I'm nearly 30 years old, but you TikTokers can drive our algorithm. Thanks, and catch us at a show and our EP later this year.